Yeah.
What's poppin' T Squad? It's me, Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade BMF Season 2, Episode 10 review. Let's get right into this season finale episode. The episode kicks off with Meech and Terry being called down to their car wash because the police are all down there. Detective Bryant is down there, and I believe Detective Jen was down there as well. And they find out that there is a body, honey, at the car wash, and the body belonged to none other than Monique Mo. And that is how Meech found out that she had been unalived. And so now the car wash is hot. When he viewed the body, he pretended like he never met her before, like he didn't know her. And he knew right then and there that Lamar was the one that unalived her. And so now he's even more determined to get rid of this dude. But Terry is reminding him, like, we got product to get rid of. Like, we got bigger fish to fry. Like, I'm sorry this happened to you, but we got to stay focused. But Meech is like, nah, this dude got to go. Like, he didn't kill my baby mama. I really would have loved in this episode if we would have had a scene with him and his daughter. Like, that was missing. Like, we didn't even get the chance to see him holding his daughter, like, shed a tear. Like, I feel like that was needed in this episode, and it was missing. By the way, this is a picture of the real life Monique. Her name was not Monique in real life. This is her and her daughter, Meech's real life daughter. This is a picture from her Instagram page where she paid homage to her mother. So the daughter is alive and well and doing great. But the real life Monique has passed away. Terry received a frantic phone call from Markeisha, and he goes to her crib to see she been beat up, child. Some dudes came looking for product from Boom or whatever the case may be and ransacked the house. You know, her kids was there. And so Terry tells the kids that, you know, they're going to get a house together. They're going to be safe. And he is fully committed now to being with Markeisha, child. And at this point, I don't even know if I trust Markeisha. I really honestly don't. I don't even know if she set that up herself. I doubt she did, but I don't put nothing past her in them leather pants. K9 has been booked, and Detective Jen and Detective Bryant have him in holding, have him in custody. And they asking him for information on his plug and anybody he's associated with. And he was like, y'all not about to play me with this good cop, bad cop. Like, you gonna need more than this. And baby, they had more than that. They bring in his chick or whatever, and you know, she is bitter and wants revenge, and she lets him know that she told the police where the bodies is, where the cash is, where the product is, and he is hot, he is heated. So at this point, he's willing to cooperate with the police. But Detective Brown was like, what you got on Meech and Terry? And we just see him laughing at this point. And I was like, ooh, it's getting hot. It's getting hot in here. So after unaliving Monique, child, Lamar is at the crib just getting high as a kite, honey, over there reminiscing about the good old days. He is just torn up. He done lost Blackie. He done lost Monique. He done lost Zoe. He has lost everything. And it's all his fault. Like, he's literally done all of this to himself. So all he can do is just sit there in them same clothes, honey, and get high. And his cousin is like, dude, you just can't be sitting here all day funky, not eating, not doing nothing, just getting high. And, you know, he in his crackhead strength get up and manhandle his cousin and tell him to basically mind his dang on business. He gonna do what he want to do, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. So his cousin was like, okay, dang, like, all right. But at that point, I knew that he was getting tired of getting choked up and yoked up and beat up. Like, you living in my crib, ain't helping with nothing. You over here not cleaning out your colostomy bag, funky, ain't washing your butt. I can't even watch my television shows because you done broke my TV. Yeah, bro, you got to go. Back in the ATL, Goldie gets a visitor at her strip club, and it's the fat dude from the craps game. And he want information on Meech and Terry. He want to know where they at. And she was like, dude, leave it alone. They won fair and square, but he still think he got hustle and he wants revenge. And she tell him to get up out her establishment because she ain't got time for that. You ain't about to bully me, and you ain't about to threaten me, and you and your fat tail need to get up out of here and pay my girls, and I don't want to see you until you do. Like, who you think you talking to? Like, I'm Goldie, okay? You ain't about to come up in my establishment and tell me what to do and threaten me, and you think it's just gonna fly? Like, pfft, you got life messed up. Poor little Detective Bryant's son, Kevin, at school, and he is still getting beat up and bullied by the little boy that's been messing with him all school season. So whatever he did with B-Mickie running up on them, it didn't last. It didn't work. He's still getting beat up by the little boy, still getting embarrassed. Like, his little partner didn't even help him. His little partner ran and left him by himself. I was like, dang, homie. Dang, you ain't got no help. Your daddy ain't helping you. Your daddy just still telling you to man up and fight back. And it's just like, instead of his daddy putting so much focus on B-Mickie and Meech and them, he should have been focusing on his dang on son. And I'm like, you up here harassing the heck out of them. Who you should have been harassing is this little Negro who up here bothering your son. Like, why you ain't harassing him? Maybe that would have helped with him not getting your son getting bullied at school if you would have been locking this little boy up, harassing him and putting him behind bars. How about that, dummy? So the whole family is at the Detroit Hair Show, honey, because you know they are known for their hair, and especially back in those days in the 80s. So Lucille is there, Charles is there, Nicole is in the show, Meech and Terry are there. And Terry, however, comes with Markeisha and introduces her to the family. And Lucille is like, who is this heifer robbing the cradle? And what are you doing with my son with your old tail? You need to be sitting over here with me. Like, what you doing? And Markeisha was like, looking like, who this lady talking to? Like, excuse you? But Lucille made it clear that he already got a woman with a baby on the way. So what is he doing with you? And last time I checked, you look like me and you went to high school together. So why are you with my child? Terry like, Ma, chill. Next thing you know, his baby mama roll up and she was like, oh, so you finally decided to make your debut with this hussy. Oh, okay, what's up? So Markeisha was like, girl, F you. And she was like, why you sitting up here trying to have your hair like me? And she really did have her hair like her. I was like, girl, you getting that rap ain't gonna help him. Help you get your man back, because he gone, honey. So they having words with each other and they had to be separated, and Markeisha was like, F you. So she going to walk out and storm out like she always do. And she run into Boom Partners, played by DC Youngfly. Mind you, she got on Terry Chain repping BMF. And dude tell Terry and her, like, you need to stay away from Boom Woman, his B, basically. And let him know, like, that ain't just about to fly like that, homeboy. Like, who you think you is? Like, nah, y'all not about to play in my partner face like that. And I'm looking at Terry and his one eye like, you only got one good eye. You can't even look to the side, to the right, to the back of you to know when your enemies gonna come, and you just keep on piling up enemies behind this girl. Like, you think you just get to take this man, girl, and it not be no repercussions? Like, come on, dog. He then go back to Lamar, who's still at the crib, still in them same clothes, getting high. Like, you can't tell me he didn't smell like Chinese food. Like, ew, gross. So he's sitting up there getting high, honey. He is having hallucinations, thinking that he in there fighting himself, child. And the other version of himself saying, you done lost everything. It's your fault. The only thing you should do now is go ahead and smoke this rock. So he smoked the rock, honey, because he ain't got nothing else to live for. But little did he know, he wasn't really fighting and arguing with himself. It was really his cousin that was setting him up. So now he about to become a full-fledged crackhead like Monique wanted, but it's being executed by the cousin instead. Meech and B-Mickie hit up Detective Bryant and tell him to meet up with them. And they basically have this white guy that saw him putting B-Mickie in the trunk of his car or whatever, his police car at the time. And they're going to use that against him to get the gun back that B-Mickie used to kill old boy in season 1. So now that his back is up against the wall, he has no choice but to comply. So he rushes back to the crib to go and find that gun so he can give it to Meech and them, because he ain't trying to get his badge taken away. Charles big lip 2-pump minimum self steady at the crib trying to win Lucille back, begging to get her back, and talking about he found a pastor for them to go sit down and talk to. And she was like, nah, bruh, I've been doing some thinking and I found somebody too, but it's a divorce lawyer because I want a divorce. And he talking about something, he can't live without her, he can't see his life without her. And she was like, well, you better get to seeing, child. You better get to seeing, because maybe it wasn't meant for us to be together this whole time. Maybe it's meant for us to go on ahead about our business, because you weren't happy and I wasn't happy. And I'm happy that Lucille is finally finding a backbone and doing for herself and making herself happy, because Charles ain't meant to be with nobody but the man upstairs, child, because he ain't about nothing. And don't be letting no man run all over you, child. So Detective Bryant at the crib going through his safe trying to find the rat-a-tat-tat, and he can't find it. So he is bugging out, like searching. Next thing he know, here comes Detective Jen walking up in his house, and he was like, girl, what you doing here? You snooping again? And she was like, nah, like I just came to make sure you was all right, because I heard over, dispatch that Kevin, is in trouble. He was like, Kevin? Like, what's going on? So they hurry up and dip to go and find out what's going on with Kevin. And earlier in that scene, when he got beat up on the playground, I knew right then and there that he was going to end up taking that strap and using it on old boy in self-defense. And that's exactly what happened. They show up to the school playground, and he's there crying, hysterical, and the little boy is on the playground unalived. And Detective Bryant just like, oh my God, I got you. Like, we gonna make it through this, and I believe you. We gonna say it was self-defense. But Detective Jen has to put him in handcuffs anyway, because he is a murderer. So he was like, Dad, I thought you was gonna help me. I thought you was gonna protect me. He's like, I am, son. And I'm like, at this point, can't nobody believe nothing that you say, because you ain't been protecting him. And in this case, he can't protect him neither, because now, on top of the fact that you unalive somebody, that same gun has 2 other bodies on it that now is going to be pinned on Kevin. And I was like, dang, that was sad. That really honestly was sad. And I really do like the way the writers brought that around full circle with his character. That was really good writing and a really good strategy and idea, because somebody innocent and somebody that deserved a future and a good life is going to end up taking the fall for something that he did not do. And he's already been tormented so much, and he didn't really have, well, he did have a choice, but he didn't know what else to do. So it's so sad that he is going to take the fall for something that is so horrific, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing that Detective Bryant is going to be able to do to protect his son once again. And he's really not going to be able to help his son, because his badge has got taken away and he is suspended, honey, because he had kept that gun and left it out of evidence and all of the other shenanigans that he's been pulling. And I was like, that's what you get. That is exactly what you get. The only person that can help Kevin at this point is Detective Jen, because she knows about the strap, and she knows that, the other 2 bodies on it is not his, and that will help get his sentence reduced or whatever. So she asks, their commander, can she go and talk to B-Mickie to get him to confess about, the bodies or whatever. And so Detective Bryant was like, thank you so much. And she was like, F you, I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for Kevin. Like, she letting him know, like, she's done with him at this point. Like, it is donezo between them. But I don't know if she gonna be all the way done, because she already been sleeping with this man. She caught feelings for him, and she care about his son. So she does, however, go to see B-Mickie and tells him what's going on and asks him to go in. And he was like, I'm not doing nothing. If you really had some evidence on me, some dirt on me, you would be putting me in handcuffs. So B, get off my doorstep. But little did he know that Meech had one of their peoples watching his house and saw Detective Jen leaving the crib. So now they believe that he's still been working with the police behind their back, but really he honestly wasn't. But at this point, the damage has been done. At this point, Meech has gotten rid of Detective Bryant for the moment. And, they got the plug going, like everything is going great right about now. But he is still determined to take Lamar down against Terry's wishes. So we then see him holding the strap to Lamar's head, and Lamar was like, go ahead and do it. Like, do it. Like, please come over to the dark side. But Meech was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it because we aren't no shooters. We ain't no hitters. That ain't what we do. We don't, do that. So he was like, I'm going to make you suffer in a different way. You going to have this crack rock ruining your life. So he make him smoke it, and he smokes it and gets high for the second time. So now he's going to be a full-blown addict. And Meech gives Lamar's cousin, a wad full of money to keep him high and for working with him. So he ended up getting to the cousin, or either the cousin came to him like, we got to get rid of this dude. I feel like they could have found a better way to get rid of Lamar's character. I wanted to see something explosive go down. So to see the fact that they used him becoming a crackhead as a way to get rid of his character and have him go out like that, it was kind of a little lackluster for me. It really honestly was. I feel like y'all built this man up to be such a superhero. He over here fighting and killing folks with a whole colostomy bag, just defying the odds like he is Batman, honey. And for y'all to have him go out just by becoming a crackhead, like, that's it. I guess Meech has decided that they need to expand their territory, and both of them can't be running Detroit. So he's going to leave Detroit and go to Atlanta to build up their territory there and leave Terry there to run Detroit. Terry is like, a little bit disappointed, but he understands because they're going to be from the womb to the tomb forever. So Meech has a block party to celebrate him leaving, and B-Mickie comes. Meech tells him that he knows he's still been talking to the popos and he don't want him coming around him. Don't say nothing to him. Don't call him. Nothing. Like, he is not a part of the crew no more. He has been excommunicated. B-Mickie tries to explain, but Meech ain't trying to hear it, so he just walks away. But so I'm guessing next season we'll still see B-Mickie around. I don't know if he's going to be able to work his way back into the fold with Terry, because Terry's going to need some help. So he's not done yet. B-Mickie is nowhere near done. Down in the A, we see Meech visit Goldie at the strip club. He's about to start working with her. I think they were going to use her club as a front for, laundering the money and everything. But it's before they can even get down to business, child, here come the dude from the crap session with a sawed off coming in, blasting the place, just unaliving folks over some money, dude, what is going on? So Meech run for cover, Goldie run for cover. They end up pow-powing him, unaliving him, child. But the bad thing about it is he worked for some big top flight dudes in Atlanta that's connected to the mob, and Goldie was like, they can't find out that I helped you with this. I got the dip. I got to go. So he ain't even been in the A5 minutes, and he already causing trouble and havoc and got heat on his back now. Then see Goldie rush to the crib to get her sister. She like, we got to go, sissy. We got to get up out of here. The heat is on us, honey. We got to go. And her sister was like, no, I'm not going nowhere. It's time for you to let me go. You can't be on the run with me. Like, I'm just going to slow you up, which is true. But she's not ready to let her sister go. Meech comes in and was like, I got you. Like, you gotta, let her go. Like, it's time. So the sister tells her, to turn off the machines, and Meech helps her do it, and her sister passes away, and of course she cries and everything, and it was just sad to see that. I hope that we see Goldie next season, or see a spinoff with her in a new city, setting up shop or something. Like, I need a spinoff of her character because there's so much story there, and Monique did such a great job with this role. Before she dips and leaves town, however, she tells Meech to head over to Magic City and go holler at this dude there that will be able to help him, with, the weight and everything that he got going on. So when he goes to Magic City to talk to the dude, the same dudes that, was pow-powing at them in the parking lot and unalived old boy in last week's episode peep him, and they was like, dude, back? Oh, he ain't got enough. So now Meech got these dudes on his back. Then now he gonna have this other set of dudes on his back from the guy with the crap game. So he got a lot of enemies already in Atlanta, and he a one-man band at this point. So I can't wait to see next season him getting a crew together and going up against these new dudes and, you know, building, you know, a family and a squad down there and expanding the territory. I want to see old girl from Love and Hip Hop come back next season. I like her character. I think she did a really good job. So yeah, it's already hot in the A, and we already know the infamous stories of how BMF got down in Atlanta and Miami. And then at the end of the episode, we see Terry and Markeisha in the whip talking about finding houses with each other. They just acting like they about to ride off into the sunset with no issues, no problem. They end up getting stuck behind this car, which should have let them know it was a setup right then and there. And another car pulls up on the side of them, and this DC Young Fly character with the strap and start powing at them. And I don't understand how they not gonna get hit, because he was literally right there. So if they have them next season come out of that pow unscathed, I'm gonna be like, child, get out of here. So back in Detroit, Terry now got boom people coming at him. So that's why I was like, B-Mickie is going to end up being back into the fold, because he's gonna need a hitter, you know, and B-Mickie ain't got no problems, you know, and he needs to prove himself. So I feel like that's gonna be his way of getting back into the fold with Terry and making good on things. Overall, I'm gonna give the season finale episode of BMF, I'm gonna give this a C+. A C+. It's just something about BMF that is not connecting with me. I don't know if it's the fact that this is taking place in the 80s or what. It's just something about this show. I don't know. Like, the writing is good. It's cool. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I feel like this season was missing that moment like last season with the episode when Lamar unalived his partner, and the, you know, I Can't Stand the Rain or whatever song was playing and he was singing. Like, that was such a legendary moment. Everybody went up for it. And I don't feel like we got that moment this season. I don't know. Maybe things will pick up once they change the actors over to the older versions of Meech and Terry. I don't know, but I really love Lil Meech playing Meech. I think that he does a fantastic job playing his character. But I don't know. It's just something that I don't connect with this show. Overall, I'm going to give season 2 of BMF, I'm going to give this show a C+. A C+. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of the season finale down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.